Ryan Garcia previously told Devin Haney that he needed to get his numbers up. I got to take a deeper look into that statement. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let's jump right into it. Throw a like on the video. Now, Devin Haney, I mean, he's having an enormous problem right now. He can't seem to get one of the big fights, and we know it's not his fault. Now, Ryan Garcia in 2020, he made a statement, and in an interview, he said Devin Haney, simply put, needed to get his numbers up to qualify for a fight with Ryan Garcia. So I'm gonna prove in this video that that's cap. In addition, De La Hoya just did a more recent interview, and he said the reason that he wants to make Jojo Diaz and Ryan Garcia is because Devin Haney has been promoted bad. So you can see this plethora in this laundry list of excuses to not fight Devin Haney. And it's ironic because some people say he's pillow-fisted, he sucks, he got buzzed by Linares. Okay, then fight him, right? And you notice there's no consistency in the excuse. 1 minute, Teofimo, Bob Arum, and Ryan Garcia, they're saying Devin Haney needs to fight someone in the top 10 for me to fight you. He just fought Linares in the top 10. Everyone loved Linares when Lomachenko was fighting him. And if it's not that, then it's, oh, Devin Haney, he needs to get a belt. Then he gets a belt. They say, oh, you're an email champion. And then now Ryan Garcia is saying he need to get his numbers up. So we're gonna look into the numbers. This is ridiculous. They're talking about two mandatories fighting Jojo Diaz, Ryan Garcia. Now that's possibly in limbo, as they're now saying in new reports from Sports Illustrated that Ryan Garcia could instead elect to want to fight a Gamboa instead of Devin Haney or Jojo Diaz. So this is hurtful to the youth and the new generation of boxing, because this just ain't it. But let's tap into Ryan Garcia and pay special attention to what he says. This is November 26, 2020. This interview took place. Let's listen in.
Performance is what I'm saying. He needs us. He don't have it yet.
He has the WBC though. He has the WBC. He
doesn't have it yet. You understand what I'm saying? He don't have.
So you see right there how Ryan Garcia, the host, said, hey, but Devin Haney, the host Barack, said, this is the DAZN boxing show. They said, hey, but he got the WBC. And Ryan completely disregarded that, which he does later in this interview. And he says, I don't care about that. He don't have it, like the it factor. And then he later pawns it off and says Devin needs to get his numbers up, which we'll take a look at in this video. Let's keep going.
Yeah,
he has the WBC though. He has the WBC. He
doesn't have it yet. You understand what I'm saying? He don't have it yet.
Oh.
So he's gonna need us at the end of the day. He's gonna need Javante, Ryan Garcia to get a big mega fight. You gotta understand. There's chess to this. You gotta be strategic. I'm not saying I would duck him. What I'm saying is he needs me. So what I'm saying is when the time comes right, I will go through him and I will beat him. I've already laid out my plan, and I'm not going to go against my plan. I said I wanted to fight Linares. That, for some reason, fell out. Right. Now it's Luke Campbell. I named the second one on my list. So I'm going to handle that business. Then I'm going to go after Gervonta Davis and then Devin Haney, of course. That's my plan. I'm going to move how I want to move. You can't do nothing about it. But all I know is I'm in a position where they need me. No matter what you say, no matter who has a bout, blah, 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 blah. You guys can say all you want. Everybody can say all they want. I don't listen to Twitter. I just look at the numbers. The numbers prove it. I don't have to say anything else. The numbers prove it. Until you get your numbers up, then you're going to be a little bit more in control. But right now, I'm in control.
Wow. So he said, let's take a look at the numbers. The numbers prove it. And until you get your numbers up, this is in 2020. I told you that date was important. This is November 26, 2020. So we're going to take a look at the numbers and we'll see if Devin Haney needs to get his numbers up. But to me, that's hogwash, because Ryan Garcia, he says, I don't care if you have a belt. I don't care what you say. I mean, when do you hear a challenger talk to a champion like this and say, I'll fight when I want? You got to bow down to me. Like, what's up with some of these young fighters really on this high horse as if they've accomplished everything? And he's young. He's 22. He hasn't really done much. I mean, he's not Mike Tyson, he beat Trevor Berbick, or Floyd being 21 beating Gennaro Hernandez. So it sounds extremely weird to hear this pompous from Ryan Garcia. But we're going to take a look at the numbers and see who needs to get their numbers up. And if that statement holds up with Ryan Garcia, again, 1 minute it's the numbers, then it's fight someone in the top 10, then it's get a belt, then it's like your belt doesn't really count, then it's your last performance was too boring for me to fight you. And between Ryan Garcia and Jojo Diaz and Teofimo, somebody really needs to fight him like ASAP. And that's Devin Haney. So Ryan Garcia told Devin Haney to get his numbers up. What numbers are we referring to? What numbers does Devin Haney need to, quote unquote, get up to get the fight? Let's take a further look into the numbers. Boxing Reporter, he posted this in 2019. 2019, we're about to be in 2022 sooner than you think. Per the California State Athletic Commission, official purses for Saturday night's Matchroom Boxing DAZN card. This was the Logan Paul versus KSI card. And you see Logan Paul made $900K and he's a YouTube sensation, right? What does it say right next to it? Devin Haney, 1 million. So per the California State Athletic Commission, KSI, who has a huge following on YouTube, and Logan Paul made $900K, while I circled it for you. Devin Haney made a cool 1 million to fight on the undercard, and he wasn't even the main event. So let's compare these 2019 Devin Haney numbers to Ryan Garcia. Now we take a look at Ryan Garcia, and it says Ryan Garcia for the Fonseca fight will get and earn a guaranteed purse of $250,000 as the main event at the Honda Center per the California State Athletic Commission. So the same athletic commission, they had a Fonseca performance with Ryan Garcia, and they reported the facts and reported how many people are on the card and what everybody's purse was. And guess what? Ryan Garcia, per the California State Athletic Commission, to fight Fonseca, which was supposed to be a good step up for him. And this was the next year. Devin Haney, the one I just showed you with Devin Haney, that was in 2019. Ryan Garcia fought Fonseca on Valentine's Day 2020. So what numbers is Ryan talking about? His purse was $250,000, right? Linares will get $100K, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep cooking. I also posted this in 2020 last year. I said, when is the next DAZN boxing card? LOL. Has Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell been officially announced, since it's supposedly a quote done deal, which canceled the purse bid? There's nothing on DAZN or Golden Boy's social media confirming its arrival at $20 a month. People need answers. #ego. I did this at noontime, 12:15, August 25th, 2020. We had to wait several months, and guess what? Ryan Garcia didn't fight Luke Campbell until January of this year, 2021. So they canceled the purse bid when I sent this tweet in 2020, and Ryan didn't actually officially fight Luke Campbell until January of this year, 2021. So it took several months. They were talking about doing this fight on the 4th of July. But guess what? The Luke Campbell fight had problems because Ryan was prematurely announcing it. But more importantly, Ryan Garcia was complaining about his money. You see it on the screen. Oh, damn, I'm good. June 9th, 2020. Ryan Garcia has claimed he's no longer fighting on July 4th, as he was only offered $200,000. Quote, that's bullish. Why am I being held back financially? Why is DAZN giving out big numbers to guys fighting nobodies? It's ucked up how I am being treated. So when we hear Ryan Garcia say, Devin Haney, get your numbers up, how? Why? How can you say get his numbers up, and Ryan just in 2020, last year, was complaining and stalling out the July 4th date that the Golden Boy had planned for him, because he says, why is DAZN giving out big numbers to other guys who are fighting nobodies? I don't know if he was referring to Devin Haney, but Devin Haney, as I just showed you earlier, Devin Haney, he got a cool $1 million to fight on the KSI Logan card, while Ryan Garcia was complaining because he was only getting $200,000. In addition, it says Garcia and Golden Boy have been at odds over his pay, so much so that Ryan Garcia, unhappy with $250,000 purse, elected to not fight on July 24th. It was supposed to be July 4th, and then they tried to push it back to July 24th, the zone date, and they said that they had set aside for him the headline. Nonetheless, Gomez said Golden Boy and Garcia are now on the same page. So he put up a big fit over numbers, and now he's telling an African-American fighter, Devin Haney, that he needs to get his numbers up. And at that time, Tank Davis made fun of Ryan Garcia. He put crying emojis. $200K, he need that money back from buying that Ferrari. Stop trying to keep up, you broke boy. So that's actually true. People trying to keep up with Gervonta Davis, like Teofimo, and you see all the mess with his Triller fight. And I'm not even going to get into all of the details in this video. You guys got to check some of the other content for that. But people trying to keep up with the A side and be the next Floyd Mayweather, and they end up looking bad because they really can't keep up. But in addition, so Ryan is one mandatory for Devin Haney. The new mandatory is Joseph Jojo Diaz. We could look at his numbers. This is Joseph Jojo Diaz's last fight, and you guys see he made $500,000, right? This is the California State Athletic Commission. I'm showing you the actual ledger from CSAC, California State Athletic Commission, and his very last fight against Javier Fortuna, which he stepped in for to fight in place of Ryan Garcia, who pulled out of this fight for anxiety. He only got $500K, right? So as you guys could see, and I've illustrated so perfectly, that this looks bad when you have two mandatories, Ryan Garcia and Jojo Diaz, who really should be fighting Devin Haney. And you have at least one of them. Jojo didn't say the other thing, but I'm just making the point that Jojo's making $500,000 to fight against Javier Fortuna, right? And now he became the mandatory. So you get a title shot, and you're not more of an A side than Devin Haney because he's making $1 million. So literally, you got to ask yourself, what is Ryan Garcia talking about? He's saying that get your numbers up, because the only other number we could be talking about is Instagram, because Ryan Garcia, he does have 8.8 million Instagram followers, and Devin Haney has 1.1 million. But even that, see, you guys allow people to say anything because Ryan's in Canelo's gym and Eddie Reynoso's gym. So you guys are just allowing anything to be said. But even that doesn't make sense, because Ryan does have 7 million more followers roughly, right? He has 8.8 million versus 1.1 million. Touche. But guess what? If Instagram followers was the end all be all, then why is Ryan Garcia complaining that he was only getting 200,000 in 2020 and he has never received the type of paychecks that Devin Haney got, right? And this is Eddie Hearn is clearly taking care of Devin Haney, and Devin Haney, he wasn't even making 200K in the year before Ryan Garcia, 2019, as you guys see right here. So it's looking real shaky. Somebody need to fight Devin Haney, from Teofimo to Joseph Jojo Diaz to Ryan Garcia. And I had to point out the facts. Ryan Garcia, it's just always it's one thing or another. He said, get your numbers up. What number are you talking about? Instagram followers? So why does he have to get his Instagram followers? And this is what boxing is coming to. So now it's not a battle of who you fought or your caliber or you have a belt. Devin Haney has a full body WBC belt. Now you have a guy who has anxiety and lost his belt and was the mandatory for Devin Haney. He's telling the champion, I don't need your belt, you need me. But if you're this big of a star, then why is he making more money than you? Oh, this is bad, people. This is extremely bad. If you're this big, then you should be out. Like, Caleb Plant clearly doesn't make more money than Canelo Alvarez. Henceforth, Canelo is the A side. But for Ryan to be playing this and Jojo Diaz Jr. to not take this fight, or Teofimo, whose fight is kaput with Triller, it's a bad look because Devin makes more money than all of them, except for probably Gervonta Tank Davis, because we know he's out here eating. But in terms of the other people, three I mentioned, Jojo Diaz, Ryan Garcia, and Teo, how are you going to little boy Devin and he make more than you? And just like Teofimo could fight Devin and clarify who's undisputed, Ryan and Jojo are mandatories for Devin. So not only is it a championship, it'll be your biggest fight, and this will be a known name. So you guys have to let me know in the comment section, what is Ryan even talking about, saying, and how does he get off saying that Devin Haney needs to get his numbers up? What numbers are they? I just illustrated it for you throughout this video, unless we're talking about social media following. But again, in closing, that doesn't make sense, because Devin Haney, although he has less followers, I just showed you how he's making more money. Oh man, drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, subscribe to the channel. I drop daily hits like this. We working.